it is my absolute pleasure to welcome to the stage Heidi Klum. Your little microphone.
How are you?
I'm really good. Let's do a little ear kiss because it's fashion. Mwah, mwah. So fashion. Take a seat.
Oh, thanks for coming, everyone.
Hey, welcome to New Zealand.
Some of you have seen already this morning. We had some interviews already. Thanks for coming.
Yes, you've been busy.
High tea, I have. I've been on television this morning, the radio. I got up at 4:30 this morning.
We're making the most of it.
I feel like it's 6 p.m. to be honest with you. I started that
early. Wine already.
I've always loved it. I've been in the industry for 20 years. And I started about designing 15 years ago for many different companies. And I love it because I'm quite a creative person. So I love this opportunity that I now design for Bendon. And I have now the Heidi Klum Intimates range. I love designing for guys too because I always thought they need some improvement as well. And it's been a lot of fun because I've been sending a lot of my underwear to the guys.
Really?
And I've been asking, are you wearing it? And pants are coming off, like some of you maybe saw yesterday.
Yeah, totally.
Which was that's gonna be my party trick now. Are you wearing my underwear? Yeah. Yes, I am. You want to see it? I mean, the pants just come off.
I am too, but I was gathering you weren't going to make me drop my pants. I was like, I'm pretty sure she won't make me do that.
No, it's weird how guys actually do that. It's funny.
Yeah, quite excited to do. They're like, no, okay. Yeah. So I guess talk me through how your relationship with Bendon came about.
Well, basically, I got a call from Eric and Justin, and they're sitting right there. And you know, they said that they would like for me to continue their brand that they've been very successful with for the last 25 years. And obviously, I knew the Elle Macpherson Intimates brand. And I was very honored that I was asked to take over the reins in designing for their company. And it will be hopefully a great and beautiful long relationship. We get along great. We have great ideas. I do have a lot of ideas, and so do you guys. And we want to expand. We will be coming out with swimwear next year. So I've been working on that heavily right now.
Do you guys know that? I didn't know that. Awesome.
Yeah, so maybe I spilled the beans a little bit.
Beans and high tea, we like that. That's fantastic.
And so basically, when we have our meetings, our design meetings, we sit around the table. I try everything on. You know, a lot of the pieces that women have loved over the last 25 years will not be, you know, forgotten about. So these shapes will stay, and I will basically add on to that. Like I thought, there's no racer back in the line. We need a racer back. We need more bras that are a little bit more plunging, or a lot of strapless bras or specialty bras, as I call them.
I was going to ask you about those specialty bras.
Because sometimes we have really unusual dresses on and we're wrecking our brains and we can't figure out what kind of underwear to wear with that. I have those problems all the time, and I get to wear unusual clothes because of my business many, many times. I do a lot of red carpet events or when I'm on television. And funnily enough, I'm always looking for the right bra for these unusual outfits, and so that is really something that I want to do.
Yeah, so do you think it's definitely a thing that needs to happen? Lingerie needs to keep up with fashion, today's fashion, to keep the girls supported.
Absolutely. Well, also
keep the girls be good.
Lingerie is, I always think, is kind of like technology in a weird way. You know, we'll always have to improve. There's always a new thing that we're looking for. Obviously, we always wanted to fit amazing, but we also want to be sexy at the same time. I also want to really pay attention to women who go larger in size. We go up to G, and a lot of women were very happy about that. You know, I get a lot of feedback, and I don't forget about that. So when girls tell me, it's all stored right here in our next design meetings. I always keep that in mind and want to design more for that.
So do you think women that, you know, largely see undies and bras as these comfy things that keep your bits and pieces together, or do you think the shift is starting to happen where, you know, women see it as a key element to an amazing outfit?
Well, sometimes I think it is nice to give a little preview of what is to come when the clothes come off. You know, if you wear like a sheer blouse and then you show a beautiful, sexy, lacy bra underneath, it's always nice if you give a little peekaboo, I think. Not too much, but like a little bit. You know, if you have a beautiful dress on, like a lacy dress, for example, you put a bright pop of color underneath that. I think is always nice and very fashionable. You know, if you wear like a black lacy dress and you show like a red bra, and then maybe you have a red shoe to match with that. You know, there's a lot of things you can do.
Matching shoes to bras.
It can be almost like an accessory instead of just something that keeps your bits in place, as you said.
Yeah. So what I'm hearing, I guess, that we're building like a lingerie wardrobe, aren't we? To match.
Yes. I mean, there is definitely bras that we want to wear purely for comfort.
Yes.
But there's a lot of, you know, bras or lingerie that we want to wear to flirt with.
Yeah, of course.
You know, a lot of lingerie that we purely just wear in the bedroom. I will be designing more of that as well.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
So, with that in mind, going shopping for bras, what would be, what's your #1 tip whilst bra shopping?
I always say it's important to get measured because a lot of women, I feel like, wear the wrong bra size. You know, when girls say, you know, I have like this fat back here, you know, and I'm like, it is actually not you have fat back here.
Yeah.
The problem is your bra is too small, it is too tight, and then it creates that. Because I have that too sometimes. If I have the wrong bra on and it's too tight, you're wearing the wrong size. And we go through changes, you know, we change, our body changes, and so sometimes does your bra size. So I think it's always important to get measured, and you can, you know, do that anywhere where you can buy Heidi Klum Intimates. You know, the women are fantastic, and they come with a measuring tape, and they will measure you, and then you know what really your bra size is. And you will be surprised, because maybe most of you could be wearing the wrong bra size. No, a lot of women think, oh no, that's not me. But then you get measured, and it's like, wow, actually I am a different size.
Tell us a little bit about what they can expect.
They're very bright. They're very comfortable. I wanted to design a band for the boys that is very sophisticated.
So they can let it pop out?
So that you can show a little bit of it. It can sometimes look a little silly, and I wanted to make sure that it doesn't, that it looks very sophisticated and very chic. There will be a lot of bright colors, a lot of stripes, bold prints. Also there will be basics for the guys that don't love a lot of color. But I think it is nice to sometimes surprise a girl when you take your pants off, where it's like, whoa, there's like a neon green or a beautiful stripe. I think it's nice. Why not?
Yeah.
Because the same effect we have on the guys, you know, when our clothes come off, and there's like a beautiful, you know, lingerie that you're wearing. So I think the guys can surprise us too sometimes. You're laughing. Are you wearing HK Men today?
Well, no, not yet.
Not yet.
Are you saying that because you, just in case she makes you drop a trowel?
Any men in here that do?
Me.
Oh, nice.
Oh, I'm not. No, we're kidding. Yeah.
Yeah. See how fun that is? So much fun. I love it. I mean, girls would never do this, but
I think it's the fact that we're asking them to do it.
Yeah.
We did it on our
Yeah.
oh, I don't know about that.
We'd get a look like we just stole
You
Christmas
girls
or
can all
something.
try this from now on with your guys.
Now, with all of this going on and everything that you do, the world watches you and is so excited and inspired by you. But who inspires you? Who do you look at or look for when you're thinking of everything from designing lingerie to getting dressed in the morning?
Well, for me, it's probably traveling. You know, I've been traveling the world for so many years. I have an office in New York City. I have an office at my home, and it is really a mess, probably, because I have things that I've collected over the years that I just know I'm going to use one day for something. Sometimes it's a, you know, strange bag that I found in Bali, or it's a piece of fabric that I found somewhere else, or it's a certain shell. You know, sometimes it's a certain color. Then I ripped out something out of a magazine. I mean, you know, I have a board on the wall where I pin things on, and then I have drawers full of stuff that I've collected over the years. I am also a little bit of a hoarder. You know, sometimes I find things on flea markets, you know, certain styles and things that I like, and I just know I'm going to incorporate some of that, what made me hang on to this for something. But, you know, my family inspires me. I have 4 beautiful children. You know, I design children's clothes as well, and, you know, they sometimes help me with that a little bit. But, you know, just the world, meeting people and traveling in this industry, is always inspiring. Yeah, the floor is slippery, and you know they put the most ridiculous floor for us sometimes. Sometimes it's a mirror, you know, and we have to walk on that, or sometimes it's little rocks, you know, or all this confetti that you have to walk on, and sometimes it's very slippery. So it has happened a few times where this happens, and then thankfully you don't hit the floor.
You've recovered.
Yeah, those are very memorable.
Yeah.
You know, very gigantic wings. You know, it's definitely up there with my memories. I've never really done a lot of the big high fashion runway shows because I was always too curvy. When I started 20 years ago, I went to Paris first and Milan, and I always wanted to be a runway model. And then, you know, they looked at my book, and if they liked me, then you get sent in another room, and then they say, okay, here, try this on. And I tried from this way, and it would get stuck on my hips. Nope. I tried this way, got stuck on my boobs, and I just couldn't fit in most of the clothes. And I was just always a bit too curvy, so that's why also I, you know, became a lingerie model more than a fashion runway model.
It's destined. It was destiny. And
I always wanted to be a designer.
Oh, really?
I was just telling someone this morning, when I finished my school, I did 13 years, and then I would have gone to Düsseldorf to a design school, and then I won my modeling competition, and then that went out the window, but that was really something that I wanted to do. Either a dancer or a fashion designer.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So you're thinking of taking the dancing up, perhaps, at some stage? You're like,
I still dance, that's why I lost my toenails. Yes. Has any one of you ever lost their toenails before? From dancing too much? Or running, and you had to, and your shoes were too small. Yeah, I still dance. Not on the stage anymore, but
that's some hardcore dancing though, to those toenails. Like, damn. Yeah, I really want to
What happens once a year. Then they grow back and then they fall off.
Yeah, that's right. It's
that's
quite
why
beautiful, isn't it?
shoes.
Oh, well, Heidi, it's been such a pleasure having you here and chatting with you.